Hello, welcome back to the improvement episode number 1 by SC2 Improve. We're going to head straight on into our next game so that we can just keep on rolling. We've got this replay and one more to go, and in the upper right hand corner of Antiga we do have our blue Zerg player who submitted this replay, DaaK. He's going to be playing a ZvT against his red Terran opponent. In the bottom right he is DraGoN. Looks like it's from the ladder because of course we do see the close positions. It looks like DraGoN's going to be going for a CC first, definitely viable in TVZ nowadays, especially if you put on the high ground. Pretty much nothing the Zerg can do against that, at least initially. No kind of early pool can punish it, so probably expect to see just no early pool can really punish that. So if you want to punish it, you're best off going for a Baneling bust, Roach Bling bust, then kind of things before kind of Terran's defenses really kick in, before the tech kicks in as well. Hatchery first going to be coming out of our Zerg player right over here. Scouted by the Terran, he sees that. He's going to be able to run around the base for a little while, see when the gas go up and so on. The static's annoying. I think I know how to fix that, because I think I turned my microphone up, so bear with me the tiniest of moments. Levels. Hopefully that fixes it. Hopefully I'm not too quiet now. Let me know if I am. So our blue Zerg playing very stand here, going for the pool pretty quickly after his hatch. Nothing too crazy there. Terran player throwing down like command center first, going for the single rack, single gas follow up. Just going to allow him to get his factory at pretty standard timing, and yeah, pretty much get his factory at a nice timing, and probably going to Hellion Banshee even just off this one gas initially. So DraGoN with a very economical opening, and we'll see how this is going to transition as he's just pulling his SCV back home now. He's been in the maze for quite some time, maybe could have stayed a bit longer. He saw no gas, he's probably going to be assuming a gasless play from our Zerg player. So to see exactly how that does turn out, there's DaaK. He's just going to go to his natural start mining there. He's saturated in his main base, 17 drones on their minerals, just one over most efficient saturation, and with that he's going to start rallying down to the natural, as we are seeing starting up there. His two queens on the way as well. No gases being taken yet, so no kind of funky gas play, and probably just going to be going for that fast third base relatively soon. We'll be looking out for exactly when he wants to take that. Factory on the way, going to be able to start the reactor there if DaaK wants to. His drone's a little bit stuck in the main, but he gets a nice scout because of it though. He's going to be able to see that the factory's up, and he should be able to react to that. He doesn't see the reactor being made, but he sees that there's another marine coming out, so it might just be a safe thing. Actually no, we see straight away another marine being rallied out, so DraGoN just insistent on getting as many marines out as possible. Doesn't want to cut for reactors or anything. So it might not be Hellion play, in fact. We could just see a very maybe fast play into tanks. You could still see Banshees even. You see exactly. In just a moment's time, as he just lifted up both of these, and he's actually just going to build the reactor on the factory, so pretty interesting. Going to throw the tech lab down on the racks. So the Hellions are going to be delayed, but it allowed them to get a few more marines out. So they're going to be delayed even more so. As the creep spread does start to take place for DaaK, going up to 4 queens, and actually there's the starport going next to the barracks with the tech lab, so we're going to see Hellion Banshee indeed. It's just a little interesting way of doing it. 2 extra racks going to come down as well, and of course that's the great thing about doing Hellion Banshee after CC first, delaying the Hellions and the Banshees. You can get your production going a little bit faster. It's just a little bit stronger in fact against kind of muta rushes, builds like that abuse the kind of anti-air of Hellion Banshee early in the game. This Overlord's going to come back in, going to get a nice scout. I'd like to see our Terran player throwing down his double engineering base sometime soon, because that's always pretty useful to get it going ASAP. If you can get it going before the Zerg's upgrades, even better. We see the lair on the way up for DaaK, and he's going for a lair. He still hasn't got that very fast third base, so from opening gases and taking his gases relatively late, as you can see he's actually pulled out of gas completely. He's not really done too much with it, finding himself a little bit supply blocked after sending that Overlord into scout. But he has a good idea about what's coming, getting his double Evo chamber on the way as well, but still no third base from him, which I feel a little bit, again, I just find it a little bit strange after not exactly rushing to get his gases up. straight away. So Hellions going to scout no third base here, but that double Euro chamber says, well, it's not really a rush to Mutalisk. I mean, the lair's going to finish, but you can't really support double upgrades and mutas just off 2 bases. So we really even need to see a third base coming down, or see exactly what this lair is for. It might just be for a very fast infestation pit, as Dake's going to just be able to get these Hellions to turn around with these queens. One of them getting a little bit out of position, cancels one of the creep tumors there, but going to continue spreading his creep and getting that out on the map, of course. So the first Banshee is here, and Jake actually needs to be a little bit careful. He's going to lose these 2 queens if he doesn't act quickly. He needs to get rid of these Hellions as soon as possible. He's going to get surrounded. One Hellion just go down. He just needs to be a little bit careful. Does he have any Spork rolls up? Yes, he does. Maybe he needs to start up another queen to just counter the fact that he lost one there. But a lot of these things coming out now just to try and punish the Hellions if they come on to creep. And he could set up a surround, and yeah, that's what he's going to do. Split them lings up. Going to come in from 2 angles, and he sees that the Terran isn't responding. Going to get surrounded, and that Terran looking away there is going to lose all of his Hellions, which is a pretty big factor. So interesting for the Terran player to just go for a single engineer base. Usually you get double engineering base, especially if the kind of economy you go for. But then again, we're not actually seeing that fast of a third base to go along with this, so could just be going for a 2 base tiring. Maybe doesn't feel like it. And there, finally, the third base coming from our Zerg player as he tries to go for a run by, but feels like he's not going to be able to. He's just going to run back home with the lings. Income-wise, we actually see the Zerg down on a lot of drones, so already, even though we see not many workers killed, DraGoN just doing the damage with this early Hellion Banshee pressure. And DaaK, you know, he maybe just needs to be a little bit safer, just maybe pull back the queens a bit, have the spine crawler to fight with him and so on. And then he wouldn't have had to make quite so many things. In fact, these things here are actually a little bit useless right now, so a little bit of dead weight. But also, he's got this third base on the way up. It's about halfway done now. I really do feel like that could have been a lot earlier, because it's not like he's rushed out the Mutalisks. It's not like he rushed out his double upgrades, or anything at all. So I really do feel like that third base could have just come up a lot sooner. So it's the first real major point making here. Spire on the way. The Banshee's going to come into the main base here, and they're not going to be able to do too much. Pick up a few drones. The Queen should be able to help deal with that. Scorpio a little bit out of position. Drone's going to get pulled, 3 of them picked off. And that's about it for now, though. As he's going to slightly reposition that Scorpio. Going to be able to pull his drones back there. He's actually sending them drones over to the third base. I quite like that. Sending them straight over there. Start with Scorpio or 2. He's got the creep spread, so you'll see any incoming Hellions coming in that way. So pretty safe to have them over there as they do start saturating that third base and taking the gas as well. First 7 realists on the way. Pretty important to note that this still hasn't been really scouted by DraGoN. He sees the lair, he sees his, well, at this point he doesn't know if it's that early or not, it doesn't really matter. But he doesn't see the spire, but the mutas when they pop might very well just reveal themselves, and you think he might have actually seen them there coming out of the eggs, so we'll see exactly what kind of damage can be done here. The third base is finished for DraGoN. As naturally, he doesn't have that many units really. Actually, yes he does, he's hiding them in his main base. Again, another player who manages to get combat shields. It makes me feel so much better about myself. And 2-2 is going to be on the way very soon for our Terran player too, so 2-2 should be starting for Zerg ASAP. He's got the gas and their upgrades are very important. Zerg not going to finally start using these mutalisks over at the third base. Going to clear out a couple of Marines. But going to find no third base here at all, which is going to be nice for DaaK. He's going to say, well, if you don't have a third base, that's good, because I don't have to worry about it so much. I see it's actually there, it's not even an orc yet. So the longer that third base doesn't go up for, the better it is for our Zerg player. So he should be feeling pretty confident right now as the Terran. He's just going to sit strong on this 2 base. He's going to be moving out to his fit pretty soon, maybe with an extra tank. Would like to see around this time as well that extra factory being started up, that +2 weapons needs to be started up as well, as DaaK just kind of holds the middle of the map quite contently right now. So DraGoN moving out on the map. He might actually get surrounded here, but with 1-1 against 1-1, we'll see how well it goes from the tanks get surrounded. The Banelings after blowing up the tanks, a little bit of miscontrol there. The Banelings should have gone straight for the Marines, and if they'd gone for the Marines, that would have been a much better trade in fact for DaaK, who in fact loses all of his mutas in that fight. And again, that fight, just if the Banelings hit on the Marines, it's a completely different story, because otherwise he can't really do anything. The lane reinforcements here are going to be able to clean up for DaaK. Still forgetting 2-2 though, which is pivotal in this matchup. Already we see +2 going to finish very soon for our Terran player, Banshee's coming once again into the main base, trying to do whatever harass he can with them, being nice and active, not forgetting about them, always a good important factor. Zerg needs to throw out maybe another 12 drones or so, as we see a huge link run by in the natural, and he's picking up a lot of SCVs here, already 15 workers killed this game from our Zerg player. The things don't need to stay on hold position there forever, but another good thing is he can still check once again that that third base isn't up for the Terran player, and that's always a good factor as well. Still no third base, that means he's still on 2 base economy, which means I'm still in a good position to sit on the 3 base, especially on Antigua, where taking that 4th base is very hard for Zerg. It's the reason why Broodlords are the real kind of reason that they're needed. So yeah, Broodlord's kind of needed on this map, of course, to break the center position and hold the actual 4th base. Especially in this position, it's the worst possible position for Zerg. That doesn't matter right now because he's coming in for another attack on the 3rd base. A lot of bayonets here being picked off by the units. A lot of SCVs actually not even repairing, and that's a great trade for DaaK, taking out that 3rd base, but now he's actually going to lose a lot of his units because they are only 1-1 against the 2-1 of his opponents. Fighting with Mutas still not the best idea either, then Mutas going to now turn around, but picking off the 3rd base, going to keep the Terran to a 2 base economy here is absolutely fantastic. So DraGoN just struggling to keep the 3rd base up. He's only just tried to secure that and he's lost it straight away. So again, Zerg happy to be in this position right now, with DaaK will be, as a lot of Lings under the Mutas. It's just continuing with this pressure. He did get an infestation pit up, not started anything with that yet, not the hive nor the pathogen glands. DaaK once again looking to get aggressive on the map, and DraGoN looking to be aggressive, but so is DaaK, and DaaK needs to be really careful with while he's still on 1-1 and behind on upgrades here, and especially while his Banes are morph and he can't really afford to fight. Stim Marines will just take away a Ling heavy Muta army. It's all about the Banes, and the Banes just get away there, the last possible moment. And here we go, turning around, but nice split so far from DraGoN. It looked like he had a good funk game there initially, and it will actually be enough to turn DaaK away and make him decide not to attack here. So DaaK going to take this opportunity to morph in even more Banelands, more Link reinforcements on the way in. Again, not using that infestation pit, which could be a little bit of a downfall right now. And again, there's Muta building the army, just kind of standing around waiting to go for round number 2. Maybe waiting for the Terran to extend onto creep. Once again, using the short rush distance to really move forward here. He'll start taking down the rocks, get ready to deny this 3rd base once again, because that's just not been mining for DraGoN all game long. He's nearly mined out in his main base, he's pretty mined out in his natural too. And that just, again, lets Zerg be in a pretty safe, comfortable position right now. As the Lings are actually going to come in and surround all of their SCVs. And that's absolutely huge, and now 2-3 tanks, 2 of them tanks are actually way far out of position, so the Marines chasing away there. They're doing a good job, but in the end, they wouldn't have really been able to engage. 2-2 now finished up for DaaK. DraGoN said, "How did you know? I think it was more just a luck thing, like going in at the right time." 6% was scored by DaaK. And again, Hive finally started up, so then 3-3 upgrades will be on the way very soon for Zerg. And DraGoN said it's called luck. Yeah. Whatever, it's DaaK. Not happy to admit it's luck. Only 4 tanks out for DaaK, and we've seen for DraGoN. We've seen this already today in Tuesdays. We've actually seen a huge engagement come in. He doesn't stand ahead of his army, and here we come with the whole Bane and Link force. And this is going to clean up the whole of DraGoN's army very easy, because DraGoN just did not scan ahead, and that's just so important here. And yeah, you're lucky apparently. Well, maybe you should just scan ahead for it. Like, again, he just needed to scan ahead there before running his into an army. He needed more tanks, he needed extra factories a lot sooner to get the much higher to get the much higher holy shit, I can't think. What the hell was I talking about? He needed a much higher tank count to deal with the heavy baneling count of Muta Bling Ling. For the Zerg player, DaaK, who did submit the replay, I really do think you can either get that 3rd base a lot faster or rush to Muta a lot faster. So you're kind of going in between, which isn't really great because it doesn't leave you. You didn't do anything fast. You didn't get economy fast and you didn't tech fast, but just kind of what Zerg does. They either tech to mutas and then like laugh when there's when Terran went Hellion Banshee, or you go economy really quickly and then laugh when you have a better economy than the Terran. So really try and get that third base down a little bit sooner. Other than that, again, the Zerg, he got his fourth base, pretty nice time. Upgrades, you need to remember your upgrades, because if you don't remember your upgrades, then you're going to actually find yourself in a pretty tough position in terms of fighting anything, because there's just like, when you're fighting against Marines with better upgrades than you is just such a good fight all the time. So yeah, basically. So that's pretty much everything I had to say about DaaK, I think. Maybe, of course, as well, just the pathogen glands a little bit faster, that kind of thing. But other than that, good game by him. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't actually know where your email is, ShadowJin, because I didn't get it. So if you want to like send me it again, I'm going to put a music break on while I sort this, and we'll do 2 more replays. We'll do Mango's replay and ShadowJin's, because I know ShadowJin's been here all night, and it'd be pretty shitty if I didn't do it because I didn't find it. So we'll be back in a few moments time, and we'll be having a couple more replays.